I'm Dorothy Kelso, Head of Super Return. Today I have with me Mitchell Strauss, Special Advisor at the Overseas Private Investment Corporation. Welcome, Mitchell.
Well, thank you, Dorothy.
Could you tell us a bit about your role?
Well, I'm a special advisor for socially responsible investment finance, and I also specialize in impact investments for as many years as we've been calling them that. I'm really fortunate to work with about 350 talented professionals, almost to a person, and I would say to a person, who care about the impacts of all the investments that we make. So we support about 20 billion in assets, and we have political risk insurance comprising that 20 billion, and that's across the emerging markets. So we're extraordinarily pleased to be here at Super Return talking about social and environmental impact in addition to financial return. There was a time when that was all any of us ever wanted to have happen.
And now it's here.
Exactly.
And on that point, you moderated a panel yesterday at the Real Asset Summit on impact investing. Could you tell us a bit more about the key takeaways and opportunities identified by the panelists?
Well, I was blessed to be in the company of 4 fund managers working in what we call impact sectors. So those are all the sectors that are really necessary for good human life. So we had affordable housing, forestry, agriculture, and last grid electricity, solar electricity. All of these funds invest in projects with assets, with a mind towards impact in their community. And so we talked about the different types of financing that's available that actually seeks out these types of investments. And I think the audience took away that there are various parameters that people measure for impact. They're all different. Some are job related, but financial return metrics include jobs. And so we look at things like girls receiving student housing at a price that they can afford. And interestingly enough, from the women's angle, they're known, and we discussed their ability to pay on time, which I thought was nice.
And you mentioned the role of new partnerships and new ways in using blended finance. Can you give some specific examples?
Well, I'm very pleased that we've been working on the Women's Entrepreneur Financing Initiative, also known as WeFi. And that's a real classic new example. Under the leadership of some very powerful women in the world, the institutions that are part of the governments of major countries came together to seed what will be $1 billion or more in financing specifically targeted to women entrepreneurs. So we now talk about blended financing, which is not new in any way, shape, or form. But I will say it's new at this size.
Yeah.
It's new targeted to women entrepreneurs who have not been served at the same level as other entrepreneurs for many years. So by engaging private sector players, many of whom are here at this conference, and just using a lens that targets women as an important feature of management teams, the investors themselves, and then entities that focus on products and services for women, it just seems high time. So one of the things I was thinking is someone asked, what's a super return? Well, a super return is a good sustainable business with a real return for investors, and then social and environmental returns as a focus.
Excellent. Well, Mitchell Strauss, thank you for joining us in Cape Town at Super Return Africa. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Dorothy.